What up, everybody? So today's question is really straightforward, but it doesn't look straightforward. And a lot of people, when they first try to do this question, they think it's very, very complex when it's really just some algebra. So here's what we have. If 4x over 5 equals 3y over 4, then x over y equals. Now, people will look at this and really overcomplicate it, okay? And here's all you have to do, okay? We want to find x over y, all right? So here's how we can get to x over y. You don't need to solve for x and y individually, okay? We just need to find x over y. So when you have two fractions in algebra, what's one of the first things that we learn about when we have two fractions across from each other with an equal sign? We can cross multiply, right? So watch what happens when we cross multiply here. 4x times 4 would be what? 16x. 5 times 3y, or 3y times 5, would be 15y. Okay, now remember, what is our goal? We want to get x over y. So let's get closer to finding x over y. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide both sides by y, okay? And then on the left side, we just have 15. And on the right side, I'm just going to write this a little bit differently here. So we have 16x over y, which is the same thing as saying 16 times x over y, okay? And remember, there's our equal sign, and I think you know what's happening next, okay? We divide both sides by 16, and we're done, okay? X over y equals 15 over 16, which is answer choice C. So just notice that, like, sometimes questions can seem like they are so complex when they're a lot more straightforward than they seem. And I think that that's a really important thing to remember when you're on a standardized test. I think one of the most difficult things that there is to deal with on these tests is sometimes we just kind of get in our own heads, and that can be the biggest problem with being successful on these exams. We will look at a problem and say, oh my gosh, this is the ACT, this is the SAT, this is the PSAT. This must be like really, really difficult, and we won't even give ourselves a chance to actually figure it out. So just remember that as long as you're doing the best that you can in school, and as long as you're doing some kind of preparation before the exam, what's going to happen is so many of the questions are actually solvable and are a lot more straightforward than they seem. They are just presented in ways that are there to throw us off. I hope everybody is happy and healthy and doing as well as possible given the current circumstances, and I appreciate you all. Thank you for all the awesome feedback. Keep commenting, liking, and sharing, and I want to keep these going. We're on day 3. Peace.